Basketball Champions League, it's playoffs round of 16. We are in Bandirma, and it's the second leg between Banvit and Brose Bamberg. Well, it's crunch time, folks. In this season, we're at the business end of everything. The regular season done and dusted. This is already the second week of the playoffs. And in the playoffs, anything can happen. As you can see, Nizhny, for example, Nizhny Novgorod and Nanterre 92 have dispatched with their opponents. You could have argued that they would have been the underdogs, but they went through. And now you look at this tie, Banvit and Brose, the winner will advance to face Ike or Pauk. Ike have the advantage in that. And there's the great man himself, Haidu Turkoglu, the legend of Turkey and the Turkish Basketball Federation president as well. He's in the house tonight to watch one of the, I would suggest, one of the best clubs in Turkey. This is a proud fan base, and they have really been making headlines over the years. So you see Ike and Pauk, they'll be tipping off in about 30 minutes after the start of this one. So for Brose, Ricky Hickman, Tyrese Rice, Nico Zisas, Maurice Stuckey, Daniel Schmidt, Luis Olindi, Elias Harris, Augustine Rubit, Cliff Alexander, Patrick Heckman, Bryce Taylor, and Arnoldas Kubica. I think a lot of people believe this team is peaking at the right time of the season in the Basketball Champions League. But Banvit are no pushovers. They've got Alex Perez, Jim Ulusoy, Erjan Osmani, Tolga Gichim, Jordan Morgan, Rudvan Onjai, Medahan Akel, Gary Neal, Seamus Hazish, DJ Sheldon, and Ragib Attar. Hakan Demir is the coach of Banvit, and Federico Perego is the coach of Brose Bamberg. Well, it's crunch time, folks. This is why you play the game of basketball, to be in games like this, to play in these knockout games, these ties that are just so incredible. And because Brose won the first leg by 2 points, they effectively are at halftime of an 80-minute game with a 2-point lead. But now the ambiance has changed, the atmosphere. Now they have gone from the host to playing in hostile territory. And anybody that has come to play in Bandirma will know that when these fans show up with something on the line, this place is going to be on fire. So Brose Bamberg have been introduced, their players, and also the Banvit players are going to come out. Looking at Banvit, remember they made it to the final of the Basketball Champions League in the very first season a couple of years ago in Tenerife. Jordan Theodore was with that team. He was the MVP. Staso Filipovsky was the coach of this club for the first couple of years. And they had, they thought they might make it back last year, but didn't go quite as far. They still got to the playoffs, and they're hoping that this year, this will be another magical finish, at least getting to the Final Four, to the Promised Land. Well, they had their ups and downs. They started 2-0, winning against MHP Reason, Lewisburg, and Le Mans. They blew out Le Mans. Then they fell at Ventspils. And after an 18-point win over Nizhny Novgorod here in Bandirma, Banvit lost at Citygas Avelino. They won against Anvil from Poland by 7 here in Bandirma. But then UCAM Murcia traveled here to Turkey and won 63-62. The jury was still out on that Banvit team. They started their second half of the regular season with a 12-point win in Germany at MHP Rees in Lewisburg. And then they followed that up with a loss at Le Mans, and they ended up losing their last game of the season, and that was at UCAM Murcia. But before that, they had won 3 games in a row. So, it's a Banvit team that's been pretty good, and they are hoping now that they're going to be playing their best basketball this season. So the fans in fine fettle tonight. Referees lining up for this game. And there they are. Well, there's 2 of them anyway. The other one has perhaps running up and down the sidelines to get used. Boris Krejci from Slovenia in the middle there, holding up his hand. Lorenzo Baldini and Luis Castillo. And we'll also get a look. There's Perego, the coach of Bamberg. If you look at the starting 5s for both of these teams, for Brose Bamberg, Rice, Zisis, Rubit, Alexander, and Heckman in the starting 5. And Federico Perego, of course, he took over for Einars Bergatskis in mid-season. He's done a fine job. And Alex Perez, Tolga Gachim, Jordan Morgan, Gary Neal, and DJ Shelton in the starting 5 for Banvit. And Hakan Demir, of course, the coach. He's got his back to us right there. So already in this competition, we've already had a couple of ties that have wrapped up. We talked about them briefly, but I'll just go ahead and say again, Besiktas already eliminated, somewhat of a surprise. Although they did lose Jason Rich, he really didn't play. He didn't play at all yesterday, and he only played about half the game last week. There's Hiro Turkoglu being honored by Banvit before the game. I guarantee you he could still play some basketball. Might want to tell him to get ready just in case they need him. And the other surprise was Umanorar Venezia going out. Of course, they made it to the Final Four in year 1. And Umanorar Venezia, even though they won yesterday, 84-66 at home over Nizhny Novgorod, they had lost by 23 points in the first leg, and they just weren't able to overcome that deficit. So, you know, there is a certain unpredictability factor about sports, and especially when you get to the playoffs of a basketball competition like this, a home and away tie. It is, you've got to be ready to go from that opening tip. You can't just take your eye off the ball at any time. I mean, you've got to be focused and ready to go, and this is going to be a tight one. Just 2 points in it right now. And that's Brose Bamberg leading it after that first leg. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Bandırma, Turkey. This is the Basketball Champions League, and it's a game between Brose Bamberg and Banvit. So Brose Bamberg won at home last week, 81-79. This is the second leg. And it's the combined scores of those two games, and Heckman starts very strong, scoring to put Bamberg on the board. Now the bounce pass down low gets away from Geçim, but then hustling back. Banvit come up and get the steal. So DJ Shelton hustled back on defense and forced the turnover. See if Banvit tried to get the ball inside again. Of course, you've got Gary Neal. He can stroke it. Geçim is not afraid to put it up himself. Now Morgan, who's done a lot of the damage for this club down low, and he scores the first points for Banvit. The atmosphere is incredible in Bandırma. Rice, a little floater. Well, anybody that knows Tyrese Rice understands that he loves this type of atmosphere. Neal off the back of the iron, and Rice gets it up to Heckman now, who cuts into the paint. Zisis in the left corner, guarded by Neal. Here's Rubit. Rubit takes on Shelton and scores. Nice patient approach from Rubit. Augustin Rubit made the team of the week once this season in the Basketball Champions League. Of course, Rice was a regular on those. And also keep an eye on that bottom score there. Now, you can see the foul, the push by Rubit. So he gets his first personal, and now Banvit started with 14 on the shot clock. Morgan goes down, picks himself up. Now Perez drives in. Tough move from the Mexico international. Caramba. Zisis cuts back to his right, passes back to Rubit. Oh boy, did he bring some rain or what? Nice stroke. Geçim gets it right back. Talking about internationals, he's among the players that'll contend for a place in Turkey's national team at the World Cup. He did play in the European qualifiers for the World Cup. Now Rice over to Zisis, and Zisis drills a three-pointer from the wing. Of course, he had many a famous game with Greece's national team. Won the European title with them in 2005, Nikos Zisis, and also was in that famous team that made it to the final of the World Cup the following year in Japan. foul down low. So Morgan battling and getting position, pushing Alexander away. Neal misses another one from mid-range. Now Rice pulls up on the break. Oh boy, silky smooth. And Bamberg starting fast here at Banvit, the 10-point lead. The team feeds it to Morgan. He goes right at Bamberg, but fails to score. Heckman held his ground, but here's a Rubit who goes in, and he is fouled by Perez. So Perez owns up to it. And so far, the early running is being done by this team right here. I think Hakan Demir must be flirting with a timeout here for Banvit. And the Bamberg faithful liking what they're seeing so far. Look at that. They've got great seats right behind the bench. I'll tell you what, that is a textbook free throw right there. That is a thing of beauty from Rubit. And he showed that same stroke with that three-pointer as well. And also the baseline jumper. So Hakan Demir calls a timeout. No surprise, his team is in an early hole here at home to Bamberg. Well, that tells the story, doesn't it? Brose Bamberg aren't missing right now. 3 of 3 inside the arc, 3 of 3 beyond it. This was the first basket of the game by Heckman. And Morgan answered. I think Rice, when he gets it going, if he's at his best, there's probably no player like him on the court. He can pour in 30 points. And look at that. Also making things uncomfortable for Perez on the inbounds play. And Shelton misses from deep, but Morgan gets the rebound. Heckman picks up the personal. The pass over to Kachim again. And that was long. And Cliff Alexander collects his second rebound. Certainly Bamberg right now are playing the game at their tempo. Rice, another one, and shows he's human. He misses. Now Gary Neal. He's got all the big games, doesn't he? Having played in the NBA for good teams, including San Antonio. Here he is flying in and takes the contact and scores. That's why they brought him to Banderma. Look at this. Might have been fortunate. Might have been fortunate to get the foul. Looked like Rubit might have gone straight up. But often the attacking player is going to be rewarded. for being aggressive and going to the basket. And Rubin, that's a little blow there. 2 quick fouls on Rubin. Has to go to the bench. Medahan Akel is checked into the game, number 12 for Banvit, and Luis Alindes in the game now for Bamberg, number 16. Heckman, guarded by Gachin. Zisas into the corner it goes to Alindi, short, and Tolga Gachin with the rebound. Gachin turns. Oh, wonder if he would have gotten free throws if he'd gone to the basket. But you have to say, looking at Gachin, the way he plays, it's the type of game that Hito used to play. Hito Turkoglu, similar size, build. So Perez goes to the bench. Jim Ulasoy comes into the game, number 4 for Banderma. Also, Ricky Hickman now is checked into the game, as well as Elias Harris for Bamberg. And Tolga Gachin makes both free throws. Well, it's quite a luxury to have a player of Hickman's ilk coming off the bench, that's for sure. Bounce pass, right idea, but Banvit were waiting. Hickman will. He's played here before. He used to play for Fenerbahce, so he knows what this crowd is all about. Oh, it looks like Banvit might have gotten away with a push-off. And Heckman trying to take the charge. Hickman drives in, gets swatted by Morgan. And Morgan hits it up to Ulasoy. Gachin. Well, that was an opportunity. Rice for 3. Was he thinking that he was fouled? Was he trying to get the foul called? Very awkward shot. This was Rice getting swatted by Morgan. Jim Ulasoy brings it up past Hickman. Bamberg in a man-to-man. Here's Neal. A little bit of space, that's all he needs, but he misses. And Luis Alindi picks up the foul. So Medahan Akel with his first attempts at the charity stripe. And off target. Seamus Hodges there in the middle, waiting for his number to be called. And Akel makes the second. Hodges didn't play in the first game. He's one of their bright young talents in that Banvit team. But sometimes it's all about matchups and other things like experience. Rudvan Onjai checks into the game. He played just over 4 minutes in the first leg, in the first game. Harris. Boy, did he have a great dunk last week, or what? And now a hold called on Rudvan Unjai. Holding Hickman. And Becky Attar's checked into the game. Attar played just under 3 minutes in the last game. Hickman, had it knocked out of his hands by Rudvan Unjai. The ball gets batted around like a pinball, but Unjai comes up with it, pulls up on the break, and now Tyrese Rice has it in the open floor. And he is fouled in the act of shooting. He will go to the line. Good hustle back by Metahan Akyal to make sure there's not going to be a three-point play. First one is good from Rice. Bryce Taylor also in the game, number 44 for Bamberg. And Rice is not too surprisingly off to a good start tonight. 7 points for him. And now a turnover against Banvit. So offensive foul called on Rudvan Unjai. And Seamus Hazic comes into the game. He'll breathe a sigh of relief since he didn't get in last week. Now, I thought this last year that he was the most intriguing young player in the Basketball Champions League. And he's even taken a step up this year. Here he is coming up with a steal. He's long, here he is, he wants it. Hands it off to Metahan Akyal, who drives in and banks it in. Keep your eye on the aggregate score at the bottom of the graphic there, 100-96 in favor of Brose Bamberg. Harris backs up Attar and then gives the pump fake, and he got Akyal off his feet. The pump fake, look at that. Metahan Akyal bit on the fake, and Harris will go to the line. I think those fans are going to be in for a nervous ride tonight. The team's up by 5 right now on aggregate and 3 in the game. So the first 2 points scored by Harris in the game at the free throw line. Rudvan Unjai gets inside, puts it up off the glass and in. Cool, calm, composed. And look at that, they forced the turnover. Good job by Jim Ulusoy. And then he also hesitated, the same effect as a pump fake. And Luis Olindi just went flying. Look at this. And fans are thinking that might just be a little too excessive. This was Rudvan Unjai scoring on the possession before. Even the coach thinking that should be an unsportsmanlike. Well, whatever the Italian referee said, it worked. Demir was okay with that. So Jim Willisoy, good minutes here at the start. Remember, these are young guys getting these minutes for this Banvit team. And Jim Willisoy, who's 22 years of age, makes both free throws. Now Hickman. Bounce pass to Harris. We're right back to where we started. We're knotted at 21. Now the ball goes off of Harris's foot, but right to Rice. And now the long rebound over to Ruud van Onjai, and he just hustles down the floor. Look at that! Like a bullet out of a gun. Ruud van Onjai goes coast to coast. We're all tied on aggregate now, 102 apiece. Harris from the top of the key. Oh, cool, calm, and collected right at the end of the quarter. And there is not much separating those two teams in this entire tie so far. It's 23 apiece at the end of one. Well, Bamberg had the fast start, but Banvit have reeled them in. And you look at the numbers, 7 of 11 inside the arc, 6 of 7. Both teams with 6 makes at the free throw line. Bamberg just 4 of 5 inside the arc, but they're 3 of 7 from deep. Banvit with just 1 3. And three-pointer was made by Tolga Gacim, who's 1 of 3 from three-point range. He's got 7 points. Tolga Gacim to lead Banvit. 4 points for Ruud van Onjai. That was a very impressive contribution from him coming off the bench. And Tyrese Rice and Augustin Rubit each with 7 points to pace Brose Bamberg at this stage after 1. One thing that might be a little alarming for Bamberg is they have turned the ball over 5 times already. And Banvit has scored 8 points off those turnovers. Brose thus far have not scored any points off of the Banvit turnovers. Just 2 Banvit turnovers. Hodges, bounce pass, Attar, he goes up, and it's the young guns getting it done. Attar just 19 years of age, Seamus Hodges just 20. And this is one of the things about the Basketball Champions League, a real emphasis on trying to get the young guys a chance to play in these big games. And having gotten all these minutes during the regular season, the last couple of regular seasons, in fact, you're starting to see it pay off. That was Attar scoring. Meanwhile, at this end of the floor, Onjai fouled Nico Zisas. But the team foul's not showing on the graphic, so apologies for that. Elias Harris goes right at Attar. And Gary Neal, who's back in the game, rebounds it. And then passes it right into the hands of Hickman, who goes behind his back. Oh, a little showtime for Ricky Hickman. He heard footsteps behind him, so he changed directions. Look at this. He's like, now you see me, now you don't, Seamus Hodges. Here's Hodges taking the contact. And Bryce Taylor called for the foul. Got a lot of ball there, but again, Seamus Hazes putting the pressure on as he goes to the basket. And you can see from his reaction, he wasn't enamored with that call. Perez comes back into the game. And Seamus Hazes, look at that. Jim Olasoy and Ruud van Onjai now take a seat, having done yeoman's work in that first quarter. So 1 of 2 from the line for Hazes, and pulls Banvit back to within 1 point on aggregate and puts them ahead by 1 in the game. Nikos Zisis back to Harris, into the corner to Hickman, and it goes off his left hand. I think Hickman was trying to stay behind the three-point line, but probably should have moved over to make the catch. Look at that. Just kind of got away from him. Hazes on the deck again, goes right at the basket. Took on 2 Bamberg players. And now it's Banvit who have moved on front for the first time on aggregate. At least tonight. Zisis gets it to Alinde. A beautiful play by Bamberg. Perez goes behind his back to try to get away from Hickman. Attar, now to Neal. Neal lets it fly. Now the pass up to Harris. And Gary Neal hustles back and picks up the personal. Look at Zisis. He made eye contact with Alinde, dribbled to his right, and put in a perfect pass. Three-point shooting, not good at all for Banvit so far. And meanwhile, a three-pointer for Bryce Taylor. And that lead was short-lived for Banvit. Inside it goes, DJ Shelton. And the ball goes out of bounds to Banvit. Well, both of these teams have certainly had their share of turmoil. They've both had coaching changes during the season. Had some big-name players come and go, some new additions. And here we are. Perez strokes a three. Five points for him. Now Taylor, another one. Perez bounce pass, and it was read perfectly by Nikos Zisis. Well, right idea, but Nikos Zisis understood where that was coming and just nipped right in there and got the steal. This Kari Aliakar Sport Salonu is rocking and rolling right now, folks. Here's Zisis, rims out. If there's one certainty, is this place is going to be loud until the end of the game. It's not going to get quiet at all. Shelton, if it's too much noise for you, you might want to put on some headphones. Oh, Heckman goes behind the back pass to Taylor. Now Heckman's got it. A little fake, and he gets inside, takes the punishment, and will go to the line. Well, that was some serious poundage. Look at this. Heckman was going to go strong, and he got Morgan as well as DJ Shelton off their feet. And those gentlemen said, you're going to have to earn this at the line, but already now Banvit with 4 team fouls, so any more fouls from them is going to put Bamberg on the line. And Heckman looks like he was shaken up a little bit. That was a heck of a play by Heckman. And he catches his breath and makes the first one. Well, this is one even tie. This is perhaps not surprising when we consider where these teams finished in the standings. 2 and 3. There's Perez. Banvit finished second in Group A behind UCAM Murcia at 9 and 5. And Brose Bamberg also were 9 and 5, and they finished third in Group C behind Ike and Hapoel Bank Yahav Jerusalem. So 2 9 and 5 teams in the regular season, and then just a 2-point win in the first leg for Bamberg. Seamus Hazic goes out. Gets him back in. Gary Neal, a little floater. He's got the name and he's got the game, but he's not showing it yet. Gary Neal. So far, Gary Neal in this game, 1 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 4 inside the arc. He scored on that, you remember, in the first quarter on that drive. He's missed everything else, including 2 3-pointers. Rice, over the shoulder pass to Alexander. Now Zisas pulls up mid-range, rattles out. Morgan, a step behind the stripe. DJ Shelton couldn't rebound it. Heckman took the ball away. Now he passes it down low, and Perez was there. And look at him go. He's off to the races, bounce pass. Oh, great play, great hustle by Heckman to get back and take the ball back for Bamberg. Boy, Heckman is really showing us something tonight. Doing a little bit of everything. Zisas letting the game come to him. Here he is, 3-pointer, good! Heckman making plays on both ends of the floor. So 5 points for him. And the dump down low to Morgan. Morgan gets it back, puts it up. Rice has it, and a chance for Bamberg. So Rice had a look. Now Zisas. Now Bryce Taylor. Into Alexander. And kind of a jump slash hook shot. Push shot. Just inside the stripe. Gives Bamberg now a 6-point lead. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Perez into Morgan. Beautiful play this time by Banvit. But quickly to the other end is Rice. Oh, what a finish. The word unstoppable comes to mind. This is his first 2 points in a while, though. Perez at the stripe. And the follow by Morgan. Nobody boxed down. Zisas back to Rice. Good! Stepped into the 3-pointer and forces Banvit to call timeout. Tyrese Rice, 4 of 7 from the floor. He's got 12 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. So Hakan Demir calls timeout. Getcham with the 7 points, Morgan and Perez with 6 and 5, respectively. Ike and Pauk now underway in Athens, and Pauk, remember, lost at home in the first leg, 84-75, but they've got, well, they did have an early 3-point lead. Now it's 1. So that's going to be a struggle, but it's a Greek derby, so all bets are off how that's going to go. Certainly that'll be a Greek drama. So 7-point lead for Bamberg on aggregate. One of the big stories when they joined the Basketball Champions League last summer. Big-time club, making an already very strong and attractive league even better. And now driving down low with Shelton. Rice goes behind his back. High off the glass, and nobody boxed out Alexander. 3 players were chasing Rice. Now Neal, and just can't quite find his range right now, and it's killing Banvit, who are now down 9 points. Now Hickman. Perez from deep, goes down, and a chance to run. Rice, open floor, gets it to go. He just doesn't miss, does he? Nine-point lead on the night, 11-point lead on aggregate. Neal keeps putting them up and still will not fall. Now for the star shooting guard of Banvit. Boy, what a pick set by Alexander. Then he rolled to the basket. And with 44 seconds left, Bamberg with a chance to extend their double-digit lead on aggregate. Stuckey has also come into the game now for Bamberg. Liz Harris back in the game, number 20 for Bamberg. Alexander bends his knees and gets them both to go. Neal trying to find the stroke, and he finally gets it to go. Well, the good ones, even when they're struggling, they're just going to keep shooting. And Neal is capable of bearing 3 in a row here. If they get it back, would not be surprised to see him put it up again. So it's Banvit's field goal percentage overall, 41%. Bamberg now up to 59%, but a lot of that is Tyrese Rice. Tyrese Rice tonight, 5 of 9 overall from the floor. And not surprisingly, the highest rated player on the floor at plus 16 already. That was the great play by Heckman. Look at that. He got it, and then he went down to the other end and did. Well, he got a three-pointer. Well, Federico Perego must be feeling pretty good about himself and his team. Up 10 points on aggregate with possession here in the final 30 seconds of this first half. Rice, over the shoulder pass back to Bryce Taylor. And great rebound by DJ Shelton. Now Gary Neal, and he was fouled by Hickman. Well, if anybody deserves the rest, it certainly is that man. Tyrese Rice goes to take a seat. .6 seconds remain in the first half. Banvit will try to take it down surely to the last few seconds here. Gary Neal drives in, scores! Well, he's had a little bit of a recovery here at the end of the first half. And with that, Gary Neal cuts the deficit. Back to just 6 points, 46-40. Morgan with the 5 rebounds. Shelton with the 5 rebounds. Kachin with the 1 for Banvit, who, I tell you, they were on the ropes a little bit until Neal hit his first 3 and then scored with that drive. Now with 2.5 seconds remaining, Perego puts Tyrese Rice back in the game. Banvit will like to bat the ball away if possible, but Hickman puts it up from a long way out. Remember, it was at the end of a quarter that Banvit, and Mackenzie Moore, who hasn't played tonight, struck in the first leg. And this time, Bamberg missed it. So they lead 46-40 at halftime at Banvit. Well, the numbers better, obviously, for Bamberg, but Banvit now 12 of 24 after those last couple of baskets inside the arc. And Bamberg with 5 more assists, but Banvit have 2 more steals. Seven turnovers for Bamberg and 5 for Banvit. So that little flurry of activity from Neal at the end, he's got a team high 8 points. Rice has 14 for Bamberg. And Zeus with a couple of steals. Heckman has a block. Oregon has a block. Rubit had a fast start, but with the 2 early fouls went to the bench, and he's been relatively quiet since. So we are at halftime, and it's Bamberg leading at 46-40, and that means they've got an 8-point lead on aggregate in this round of 16 tie. The winner will face the winner of Ike and Pout. That game right now, or that tie right now, is being played in Athens, the second leg, and Ike is up in that one by 3 points. So we'll be right back before the start of the second half.
Coach, what do you need to improve in the second half?
Actually, we couldn't make enough defense. They made 46 points. Just we have to increase our defense.
What do you think about the transition points that they have found?
Yeah, also on the offense we miss a lot, and unfortunately they are in good rhythm. We have to cut their rhythm in second half.
Thank you very much. Points lead for the first half. What do you think about, how satisfied are you with the score?
Okay, we played pretty much solid. We had some moments of downs that we have to try to cancel in the second half because they will come out very strong.
Do you see your turnovers as the only problem so far?
One of the problems for sure, but we need to cut a lot of turnovers because they are very good with the hands on the ball. We have to take care a little bit more of the ball, but now we have to be ready because for sure they will hit some open shot that we gave them. We have to be more focused.
Thank you very much.
Well, this is the place you want to be in Bandirma tonight, without question, in the north of Turkey. This terrific first half performance by that man right there, Tyrese Rice. And it's what we've become accustomed to over the years with Tyrese Rice for whatever club he's played for in Europe. He just comes out and makes plays. And he just looks like he's under control, doesn't he? Tyrese Rice is the type of player who is worth the price of admission. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And Gary Neal had a disappointing first half, yet his contribution right there in that final minute, he got a three-pointer and he got a drive, has kind of, I mean, it was crucial for Banvit just to go to halftime with a little bit of momentum. And I'm not sure if you could hear the comments at halftime by the coach of Bamberg, Coach Federico Parego, but he says, we know they're going to be coming after us, so we got to be ready here in the second half. And we got to play better defense because they're not going to keep missing open shots the way they have been. So I think we're in store for a very good, very exciting second half here in Bandirma. Remember, the winner will advance to play the winner of Ike Pauk. That round of 16 clash. Ike, of course, winning the title last season when they hosted the Final Four. And Banvit, as I alluded to earlier, they actually made it to the Final Four in their first season and also reached the final before falling to Iberostar Tenerife. It's the first year for Banvit in the, first year for Brose Bamberg in the Basketball Champions League, and they are certainly making a strong early impression in this competition, as everybody expected them to. Here's Nico Zisas. He's been solid tonight as well. He's only got 3 points, but he's playing under control. He's got 3 assists. He's got a couple of steals. Heckman, I thought, was really good. 5 points, a couple rebounds. He got that big block, hustling back. Cliff Alexander's been tough, 6 points, 6 rebounds. So a lot of promising sides here for Bamberg. You know, this is a Bamberg team. If they don't want to look too far ahead, but don't sleep on these guys. They can go far in this Basketball Champions League. I mean, they could be, you'd have to say, finishing 3rd in their group in the regular season behind Ike and Hapoel. They would be a dark horse to win it, but they've certainly got the pedigree. They've got a team that everybody knows about, and they could be peaking at the right time. They certainly seem to be. Augustine Rubit had the fast start to the game. Harris, now Rice coming right out and stroking a 3-pointer. Now that to me is almost unforgivable if you're Banvit, because you know that Rice is carrying his team right now. You gotta have somebody close to him. Now Gary Neal comes out and misses his first attempt. So a little bit more of the same of what we've seen in the first half. Rice, another one from deep, this time a little too long. And Tolgakichin brings it forward. No Mackenzie Moore tonight, it seems, for Banvit. And DJ Shelton, somebody who has yet to get on track. 0 for 3, 0 for 4 now after that miss from the floor. Zisas back to Harris, goes to the basket, now outside to Rubit, and Banvit rode their luck that time. Rubit's a good-looking shooter, isn't he? Getchim hands it off. Oh, and the dunk from Morgan, and then the stare. Well, we've seen a lot of that this season, that's for sure. He's probably one of the dunk masters of this competition. Heckman drives in, and great defense from Gary Neal, reaching in, forcing the ball to go off of Heckman. In fact, Morgan also got his hand on it, and Heckman did a good job of holding on to it. Getchim. Now Shelton for 3, good! And just like Parego said, those shots are gonna start falling in the second half, and that's an early warning sign right there from Shelton. Rice. Now Zisas. Nice pump fake from Harris, but he charges at the end. Tell you what, though, I like the way Harris is playing. He seems to really be coming into his own in Germany this season. I don't expect them to see him at the World Cup, but with Germany, but certainly is fulfilling a lot of that promise that a lot of people really talked about early in his career. Oh, beautiful pass and drive again from Getchim. And Morgan flushes it. Look at Getchim. And if Morgan catches it that close to the basket with that much space, there's only going to be one thing that's going to happen. It's going to be flushed 4-point lead on aggregate now for Brose Bamberg, and that means Tyrese Rice time. And nice pump fake by Hickman. Hickman, 27 years of age. Jesus will inbound it in front of the Banvit bench. Rice going behind his back, guarded by Perez. He's just a terrific ball handler. Look at this. Look at him go behind his back. And then Perez kind of chases him from behind. He's got his hands on him. Beautiful dump. And Rubit is fouled by DJ Shelton. Watching this type of game, and you just think, yeah, the Basketball Champions League in its 3rd season, it just keeps getting better. I mean, these two teams, there's not much to separate them. And when Perego replaced Bagaskas at the helm, I know there were probably a lot of people thinking, wow, a veteran like Bagaskas has left the club, or been shown the door, and you've turned the keys to the Ferrari, or since we're in Germany, to this, what would we say, Volkswagen perhaps? And you turned it over to a young guy that doesn't have that much experience, but he's showing himself to be a coach with a cool head, and he knows what he's doing. Gets him. Four minutes into the second half. Zisis back to Rice. Rubit puts it up, and long that time. Now Perez goes in, takes some contact himself. Zisis, beautiful pass to Rice. Look at Rice. Getcham said, nah, he definitely pushed him a little, nudged him. Banvit playing that man-to-man, sagging a little bit. And another foul has been called on them. And this is a long time now. Morgan, 3 fouls is a long time that they're going to be in the bonus. Well, Heckman on the year, a 75% shooter at the line, 15 of 20 he made, and he sinks both of them there. Nice game for Heckman tonight, 7 points. Kogi gets him nudged and steps out of bounds. He wanted a foul. Good defense by Rubit. Referee says he was playing good D. So G.J. Shelton goes out. And Akel, who kind of brought a spark to the team in the first half, comes out. I wonder if we'll see Ruud van Onjai again. Very possible. He played well in the first half. Zisas gets a little bit of space. Oh, beautiful bounce pass, but good recovery by Bamberg. Now Heckman drives in and does the right thing by giving the ball to Rubit. Heckman just makes the right plays. Look at this. He saw his teammate trailing 10 points for Rubit. That one was served up on a platter. Back to a 9-point lead on aggregate. Neal hangs in the air. And 2 free throws coming. And Zisa says, all I'm doing is standing here playing defense. Look at this. But who have they called it on? So the foul wasn't. The foul was on Zisas. So Gary Neal, perhaps what he needs is this right here. Exactly. Go to the line, see the ball going through the hoop, get a little bit of confidence, just get that feel, and then let it fly. Ruud van Onjai has also checked in. Tolga Gachin is checked out. Here's Rice. Back to Rubit. Harris going up against Morgan. Oh, beautiful pump fake again, and he goes underneath Morgan and scores. Look at that. Every single time Harris scores, it looks good, doesn't it? Neal. And boy, that was a big tip from Morgan. And pass thrown over the defense. Nico Zisas claiming he was pushed. And now he's been told to pipe down. He's given him a warning and said if he keeps responding, I'm going to call it technical. I mean, it did look like when they called the foul on Zisas the last time, you can see why he's a little bit hot under the collar. There's maybe not that much contact. And probably if he had any contact there, he's thinking he's owed a foul. Perez puts it up from deep. It's good. One of those players that can heat up, and just like that is back to 4 points now, the deficit. But then Rice, oh, Rice is so nice. He just makes it look so easy, so graceful. 19 points. Still 12.5 minutes remaining. Nobody has stopped him yet. Oh, nice handoff, and he goes up for the two-handed jam. Attar, the young man, the 19-year-old who's just checked in, leaves his calling card. Rice again, good. Look at him, look at him. Telling everybody to calm down here in Bandirma. Perez hesitates and gets inside, puts it up and in. So he's become now a weapon offensively. He'd been quiet. But Perez now with 10 points. Rudvan Unjai almost knocking the ball away for a steal. He's got great anticipation. Well, that's the bad news. He's got 4 fouls, but not sure how much he intended on playing tonight anyway. And Hickman gets the first one to go. Unjai's already played almost 6 minutes. He played less than that in the first leg. Hickman sings them both. So Hickman gets some low 5s, and Alindi's back in, Luis Alindi, who's had I thought, a pretty good first half himself. Now over to Akyel for 3. Maybe not his game. Certainly not option number 1 for Banvit. Rice takes the bump. And 2 free throws coming for the star of the game, Tyrese Rice. And I believe Rudvan Unjai has just fouled out. So he has indeed. Well, wasn't really in bad position, but he has to take the medicine. So the 22-year-old Rudvan Unjai goes to the bench, and Tyrese Rice just continues to dominate. That's the only way to put it, folks. He is dominating right now. 23 points, make it 24. He's 8 of 13 from the floor. He's going to take a seat. He's a perfect 4-4 at the free throw line, and right now, efficiency-wise, he's plus 25. He'll probably be off the charts efficiency-wise when it's by the end of the game. Coming out and with a little bit of a hand check from Daniel Schmidt. The foul committed by Bamberg. But with 48 seconds left here in this third quarter, they are looking formidable. Up by 9. Tolga Getchin. Over to Ulasoy. Jim Ulasoy gets inside. Oh. Finish wasn't there. Akyel gets it back and puts it up. What a great putback for that man. That's more his game, not the three-point shot. He's playing physical inside. So no Rice, but Hickman has it, and that is a bad foul. You just put him on the free throw line. Got to know the situation. This is Ulasoy forcing it up right at the end, and Akyel just getting in there and getting the offensive rebound and putback. Also, they're not over the limit. I'm sorry, I thought they were. I was looking at the graphic. So that was not a bad foul in the end. And the dunk, and the follow, and Luis Alindi is fouled as he crashed the boards. Medahan Akyel wasn't in that bad a position himself there. But credit to Luis Alindi for flying in there and crashing the boards. First one is good from the 20-year-old small forward. So another of the many youngsters getting a chance to shine here in the Basketball Champions League playoffs. He makes both. Linde averaging 17.1 minutes per game, 4.4 points. Anyway, Banvit timeout late in the third quarter. Well, field goal percentage better, as well as the free throw percentage. Brose Bamberg showing no signs of weakness there. 18 of 20 at the charity stripe. Banvit with a slight edge on the rebounds. We got 7 offensive. The winner will advance to face Ike or Pauk, and you would probably think it would be Ike, who are up 14 points on aggregate in that game at halftime. They're leading by 5 at the break against Pauk. And Hapoel Jerusalem also have extended their aggregate lead. They're up 5. Now, right here at the end, almost, the Tolga Getchim misses from 3-point range. Banvit still in there. Don't go away. They've still got a chance. Still a lot of work to do for Brose Bamberg, but they lead it 67-60 in the second leg at the end of 3. Look at the free throw shooting. Again, both teams shooting it well, but Bamberg 18 of 20 at the line. I mean, what coach would not take that? And Bamberg, you get the idea they're going to be a tough team possibly to press if Rice is on the court. It'll be interesting to see how long it'll be before Banvit really start to apply some full court pressure. Fourth quarter action underway here in Bandirma. Jim Ulasoy starts at the point. Remember, Rudvan Onjai is fouled out of the game. And now Perez has it. And posting up down low was Attar. And Bryce Taylor picks up the early foul. Oh. He's young, but he's big. Attar. Tolga Getchim passes to Attar, who goes up, takes a difficult shot, puts it over the rim. Hickman And Bamberg take the shot clock under 10. Harris, great defense from Attar. Now three-point attempt. Well, that would have been a dagger had it gone. The dump to Perez, who puts up a tough one inside. Attar keeps it alive. Perez gets it back, and now he's trapped in the corner. And travels. Good defense by Bamberg. He had nowhere to go. And both Harris and Hickman got right up on him and sealed him up against the baseline. Look at how cool the coach is for Bamberg over there on the sidelines. Looks like he's been doing this for a long time, doesn't it? Jim Ulusoy checks out of the game. 9-point lead on aggregate. 7 in the game. So keep your eye on the blue aggregate scoreline down at the bottom. And this time the drive by Hickman earns him a trip to the free throw line. Yeah, he got a lot of ball, but he also got him on the arm and a little bit of contact there. So Attar goes out, and Akil comes back in for Banvit. It's got to happen at this end of the court. Defensively, they've got to get some stops, and they've got to get some rebounds. Hickman makes both. Another miss. Another possession now for Bamberg. Bryce Taylor. Into Harris. He's not going to miss that. And now Banvit are in real trouble, trailing by 13 points. Perez. And Akil trying to post up Louis Lindy and got the foul called on Lindy. Bounce pass. Oh, that's a big play. Great play, great pass. And Morgan now with a chance for a three-point play. Looked like it was pretty good hands by Harris. Look at this. And Morgan, Harris is like, it was all ball. And Morgan, even though it was kind of knocked out of his hands, was able to hold on to it, and then he got the friendly whistle. And great play by Linde to knock it off the rim. Wow. Now Hickman drives in but misses the layup. So that was an early shot. And Perez goes right to the other way and scores. Zisas pulls up, and now there's new life for Banvit. And the drive, and DJ Shelton that time thinking he was going to get a whistle because it was a tough shot. Ulusoy, meanwhile, guarding Rice and doing about as good a job on him as anybody has tonight, but Rice still able to hold on to possession. The dump down low, and Rubit with a tough shot. This picks up the foul. Still time as Zisas picks up his third foul. Still time for Banvit. Keep your eye on that blue score on the graphic down at the bottom. So it's a 10-point deficit for them, but they've got to get stops or force turnovers. Got to get rebounds. Seems like every time they've made a little run, Brose Bamberg has had an answer. Zisas crosses midcourt. And Perez called for a little bit of a hand check for a grab. Zisas contorts his body, I think, to help get himself that call. Fair play. 3 fouls now on Perez. The pass back to Rubit. And another one by Rubit. Well, he started hot, then he kind of went quiet for the entire game, but the last couple of trips down the floor, all of a sudden, he's putting the ball in the basket. Look at that. For Banvit, for Morgan, 14-10, not surprising. Neal back in the game. It's not been his game today, that's for sure. Shelton. And the foul before the shot. 5:25 remaining in the game. Still some work to do for Brose Bamberg. And Zisas. It'll be on Heckman. And Demir is flirting with the technical here. Needs to be careful. They want to review something on the video. So what is going to be the call? Oh, they've called an unsportsmanlike. So unsportsmanlike foul Zisas. I couldn't see it from that angle that we just saw. but they must have looked at something else. Guess he wasn't playing the ball. And Morgan, 2 shots in possession. But that's why they've got the video replay, so you can get it right. Well, not a bad night at the office for Morgan, scoring-wise, rebounding-wise. And every bit of his contributions right now vital for Banvit as they try to come from behind. Perez gets it to Morgan again, pump fake, and boy, he's lucky that Luis Alinde wasn't anywhere near. He might have knocked it off the rim, but as it is, that basket cuts the aggregate deficit to 7. 5 minutes remaining. Rice with a little bit of a runner, and a reprieve finally for Banvit with Rice missing the type of shot he's been making. He's been making everything tonight, in fact. Morgan out to Shelton, who penetrates. Now over to Jim Ulusoy, and Shelton with the rebound and put back. And Banvit have new life, forcing Brose Bamberg to call timeout. Their aggregate lead cut to 5 points. 4.5 minutes remaining.
Okay, if you can take speed on the West.
18 assists for Bamberg, 13 for Banvit. Ike and Hapoel Jerusalem with comfortable leads on aggregate in their games against PAOK and Neptunus Klaipėda, respectively. So the winner of this one looks like they'll end up facing Ike. Still a long way to go, though, in that game. Rice brings it up, guarded by Ulusoy. Hickman back to Rice. Shot clock winding, ticking down. Harris to Rice, gets blocked by Ulusoy. Great hustle. 0.5 seconds remain on the shot clock, and Rice, the good sport that he is, helps up Gary Neal, who is hustling. This game being played in a good spirit tonight, folks. That's good to see. So the ball thrown over the head. Unbelievable. What a play. Rice got position on Ulusoy and scored with an alley-oop. That might just be the play of the game. Unbelievable. Neal misses, now Perez. Ulusoy passes back to Shelton. He's wide open. They had 0.5 seconds to get a shot off, and they were able to lob the ball over the head of Ulusoy. And in the same motion as he called it, Tyrese Rice made the alley-oop. Look at that. And here he is from the corner. And to further complicate what's been a disappointing night for him. Gary Neal not able to hold on to the ball, so it's going to be possession once again for Bamberg. Oh, Rice behind the arc. And Perez brings it forward for Banvit now. Neal goes in and is fouled by Harris. And he makes the first. Tell you, Banvit not out of this yet. 3:07 left. Down 5 now on aggregate. They've not given up the ghost. It didn't look good after Rice scored with the alley-oop right at the end of the shot clock. And now Bamberg, who's going to make a play for them? Banvit gambling a little bit on defense. Ulusoy having to guard Rice and knocks it out of his hands, but called for the foul. We bumped him there. And I'm not sure he got too much ball there, but they call the body. So Tyrese Rice is going to the line, where Bamberg have been terrific tonight. Tyrese Rice has shot 83.7% from the line this season. And tonight, he's now 5 of 5. And as a team, Brose Bamberg are 21 of 23 at the free throw line. I'll tell you what, you're not going to lose many games when you make that many free throws from that many attempts. 22 of 24. When you're 90+% from the line, it bodes well for your chances. Neal for 3 is good. And Banvit. Now it's a 4-point game, or a 4-point on aggregate. 2-point game, 4 points on aggregate. Rice dribbles to his right. Now he goes into the paint, puts up a little runner, a little floater with the left hand. And Perez goes down, loses it off of his leg, appealing for a foul. Good defense from behind by Ricky Hickman. They've still got time with 2 minutes and 7 seconds, but they need a stop. Rice, his pass intercepted by Morgan. Shelton, over to Neal, a 3. They're finally starting to fall for Gary Neal. And there might just be enough time for Banvit, who now trail by 3 on aggregate. Hickman pulls up from deep. And Gary Neal suddenly the man with a hot hand. Looking for some space. He pulls up Oh, that would have knotted it on aggregate. And in the battle for the rebound, a foul has been called on Brose Bamberg on Harris. That was the shot that got him to within 3 points. I'll tell you, as well as Bamberg have played tonight, and it seemed like they've been in control, it's hard to believe that Banvit have been able to stick to their guns and pull it back. But remember, as he misses the first one, Bamberg tonight, 22 of 24 at the free throw line. Banvit themselves have not been bad. They're now 15 of 19. And just like that, it's back to where we all started. Bamberg came into this with a 2-point lead from the first leg, and they've still got a 2-point lead on aggregate. A minute to go. Well, you know Tyrese Rice is going to get a look, don't you? Oh, he puts up an awkward shot. And now Banvit can tie it or take the lead. And Neal goes in, and they might just look at this. That looked like it went off Neal. The Banvit fans are not going to like this. If he hasn't called a foul, that is certainly off of Banvit, and that'll be Bamberg ball. So look for Bamberg to get possession here. I'd be surprised if they did not give it to him. What a game, what a tie. Banvit in this fourth quarter have given themselves a chance, outscoring Brose Bamberg 21-14. But at one stage, they were down by 14 points in this fourth quarter. It's been quite a performance to close the gap. They were down 73-64, 75-66 in this quarter, in fact. So I think the biggest was 11 points on aggregate that they were down. And they're just going to double check and make sure they get this right, because this is about as crucial as it comes in terms of reviewing a play. Gary Neal, despite all of his struggles, 5 of 17 from the floor, now has 18 points. And the cacophony of boos rain down on the referees, but it's the right call, folks. Look at Hickman. He takes the punishment and still has the wherewithal to reach in and knock the ball away, and it goes off of Neal. Just a great defensive play. And now Demir has to be restrained over there on the Banvit bench. Who knows, this thing might be tied on aggregate at the end of regulation, at which point we would have overtime. Meanwhile, PAOK have come storming back incredibly in their tie, and they lead 47-43 in the second leg. So they now trail by just 5 points on aggregate against Ike. No lead is safe, it seems, in the Basketball Champions League. Well, Tyrese Rice, the only thing I would say about him, that last shot that he attempted, the drive, was probably his worst decision that he's made tonight. He missed it. Other than that, he has been almost flawless offensively. And you would certainly think he's going to get the ball in his hands to drive, to penetrate, to put up a three, whatever. But look at this. This was Hickman now making the great play. So with 41.9 seconds left, Bamberg are going to inbound the ball and try to go the length of the court. Guessing they'll want to take as much, well, they're not really concerned about the clock at this stage. They're going to take an open look, perhaps, if they get it. Here's Zisas. What is the play they've drawn up? So Harris comes up high. Now Hickman has it. And Rice, for a minute there, I thought they were going to trap him. Perez has him man-on-man, and then the spin move. Now Banvit are appealing for the review. Oh, and they should review that. I think that might have gone off of Rice. I don't understand that. Why are they not reviewing that one? Rubit. And now a three. Oh, Ulusoy has reached in and committed a foul from behind the arc. Incredible. And unfortunately, the young man has just committed a foul that you simply cannot commit that late in the shot clock and from that position on the floor. You just got to get your hands up. And the way Bamberg are shooting their free throws. So now they're 23 of 25 at the line, and Hickman is 5 of 5. Unbelievable. I really think Banvit were very unlucky not to get a review on that ball that went out of bounds. But anyway, Hickman makes the second and the third. And that takes it back up to a 5-point advantage on aggregate. And this is when it's really tough for Banvit. They've got to push they got to forget about what's happening in terms of calls that they think might be going against them and come out and concentrate, because they still got a chance to win this, to force overtime here, or to win the tie. Thing is, okay, let's listen to the coach. Either through Koglu taking some photos or maybe a selfie.
Don't go under two, because if he screams me, you go under it. I can't get over, so stay up.
The only thing I'll say about that last sequence is Ulusoy, and I can't remember who his teammate was. They had Hickman in, behind the arc. He was taking a difficult shot at the end of the shot clock. And I'm only guessing right now that what Banvit are complaining about is that they reviewed an out-of-bounds play on one end of the court, and they didn't review it on the other end. Look at this. And I personally think Perez hit that, and it went off of Tyrese Rice and out of bounds. It was certainly close enough to look at. But anyway, these guys have a tough job. Who would want it? Well, don't give up the ghost yet if you're a Banvit fan. Pass to Morgan. Neal puts it up from deep. Morgan follows, goes up for the dunk. So that cuts it back to a 3-point game. They wanted more. $15 seconds remains.
immediately here, whoever, Jam, Gary, Alex, DJ here. Okay, but this is not some press. Match up. Mentem is pressing. Immediately we will get fouls.
Hey, if we don't score, foul! If we don't score, foul! Let's go!
Well, it's been a great atmosphere. As expected in Bandirma, it always is. And it's been a great basketball game. And Bandirma, or rather Banvit, have not been at their best tonight, but they have stuck at it and really fought, especially in this fourth quarter, to push this tie to the limit. But they still trail by 3 points, and Bamberg have possession. And now another timeout has been called. Each team with 7 3-pointers. Bamberg having shot it better. And Banvit with more makes inside the arc. Well, you never know. We might see something crazy here. 15 seconds. And this is when you got to keep a cool head if you're Brose Bamberg, because this game is not safe until it's over. Anything can happen. You want to get the ball into the hands of your best free throw shooter if you can. Of course, everybody's been making free throws. And Rice has it. And he's fouled by Perez with 13.8 seconds. Well, so many great games all season long and also in the playoffs. This has been one of them. Neptunus fighting their way back against Hapoel Jerusalem, not giving up. Pauk giving Ike everything they can handle. Remember, the winner of this game plays the winner of Pauk and Ike, and right now it's Ike with a 9-point lead on aggregate. And Rice, meanwhile, makes both free throws. Perez looks for some space. Kolga gets him. Oh, rattles out. Morgan with the offensive rebound and putback. They've still got to be careful. And Hickman fouled in the backcourt. So he will go to the line with 4.9 seconds remaining. And you know what? One of these two teams will check into the Heartbreak Hotel, and it looks like it's going to be Banvit. And they played their hearts out tonight. It has been such a hard-fought tie. And it's Bamberg's ability to make free throws in this game, which has been a pivotal. It's been pivotal for them to be able to drill one free throw after another. 28 of 30 as a team, 93%. 29 of 31. Gary Neal tries to get a foul called, and I think Banvit's fans are going to applaud their team tonight because they have really given everything, and it's just it's a tough way to lose. Players congratulate each other, and Hakan Demir, I think understandably hot under the collar that, you know, the review wasn't used. Anyway, this will be evaluated. Brose Bamberg march on to the quarterfinals where they advance. They win it 88-85 on the night. It's a 5-point aggregate triumph. And as you look at the numbers, you know, the fact that Banvit have not progressed, nevertheless, they have shown that they have been really one of the real storybook clubs in the Basketball Champions League. I mean, year after year, they come out and just play incredible games and really give us a lot of great memories. And obviously, you know, the neutrals will probably miss seeing them not advance tonight, but their fans are going to applaud them deservedly. But for Brose Bamberg, they had to, you know, they did what they had to do. 32 points for Rice. They all shot it well. Zisis with the 2 steals. They all shot it well from the free throw line. Rubit hit some timely shots, 14 points. Hickman made some big plays defensively, 11 points. Neal finally got hot. Morgan finished with 23 points. Perez had 12. I mean, yes, okay, maybe Banvit didn't get the rub of the green on some of the calls tonight, but there are also times where they could have made some plays that they didn't. And it all adds up to a Bamberg win in this tie. So they advance in that bottom right quadrant there, and you can see they will face either Pauk or Ike in the next phase of the competition. They're the 3rd team to advance to the quarterfinals.
A massive, dramatic victory and a massive game for you. What would you like to say?
Man, we got the win. And when it come down to it, we came out here to try to get a win. We knew it was going to be a dog fight. A few of us have played in this arena before, and you know what it is when you come in here. So it was a great outing for us, man. I'm glad we got the win.
Congratulations, Steve.
Well, he said it all, didn't he? I mean, he had a great game, and the bottom line is the only thing they came here for was a win, and they barely got it. So it's mission accomplished, and without a doubt, Tyrese Rice is the man of the hour. He was utterly sensational tonight. Looking back at his numbers, Tyrese Rice finished 32 points. He was 10 of 20 from the floor. He was a perfect 8 of 8 at the free throw line. He was 4 of 10 from three-point range, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He finished with plus 28 efficiency. So in their very first season of the Basketball Champions League, Brose Bamberg, they weather the storm. They go 9-5 in the regular season, and then they eke out a couple of wins in the round of 16 over Banvit. And I mean, they eked them out. They were as close as they come. And of course, Tyrese Rice was the star of this tie. So they will advance to face Ike or Pauk, and all bets are off how this one's going to go, because we know that whoever they face, that's going to be a great, great quarterfinal. For Banvit, Jordan Morgan, the 23 points, the 14 rebounds. He actually finished as with a game-high efficiency of plus 32. 10 of 14 from the floor. He had a lot of dunks, 2 steals and a block. Alex Perez almost with a double-double. He had 12 points and 8 assists. He did turn it over 4 times. Shelton with 7 points, 7 rebounds. And I thought some really good stuff tonight from the Turkish players in this Banvit team. Getcham with 7 points, leading the way for them. So that's it. Bamberg win it in advance.